Greetings. All right, so news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Saturday, November the 25th. I'm going to start with what's at the bottom. Yes, there are E grades. So when I was in middle school, I had a social studies teacher that allowed for like extra credit assignments, but he graded on a curve. So when a teacher grades on a curve and you're not doing the extra assignments, so I was doing all the homework, I was doing all the stuff in class. But because the rest of my class was doing all the extra stuff, he came over to me one day and he said, "I hate to alarm you, but you're failing." And I said, "How am I failing? I'm doing all the work." And he said, "Yes, but I grade on a curve. Everybody else is doing all the extra work. So you currently have an E." So that's where I was at. And an E was 39% or lower. And again, in his class, he graded on the curve. But E's are a thing. I did get my grade back up to a C by the end of that term. But I mean, it was below a D. It was 40% and below, and F's didn't exist on a report card until the end of the year. At the end of the year, you might get an F as in you fail the grade. You might get an F for failing the class, but you didn't see an F until the very end of the year. So, that aside, now that I've explained that yes, E's existed when I was in middle school and high school, and it never hurt our feelings. We were busy laughing at the E the other guy got. Well, you got an E too, yeah, but the class I got an E in doesn't matter. Your E's stupid. You're a moron. And that was with our friends. Anyways, that being said, let's get into news of the day. Starting with the cloak and dagger stuff about Corey Perry. So we're not going to know what's going on with Corey Perry. However, the Chicago Blackhawks saying that he'll be away from the team for the foreseeable future, leading some to believe that maybe it was Chicago who decided to have Corey Perry be away from the team. Perry's released a statement, though, about needing time away for personal reasons, so it sounds like Perry stepped away. Whatever's going on, it sounds like it's something personal. It sounds like it's something relating to his life, whether it's just him or whether it's family, and hopefully everything's okay for Corey Perry. This time of year can be tough, right? And it's part of the reason I've been wearing the Hockey Fights Cancer jerseys again, because West Coast Kids is the charity that I've partnered up with for many years now. I do intend to post a link to their site at some point soon as we get closer to Christmas. And, again, I think it's a worthy charity to donate to, because not everybody has a great time at Christmas. And in the case of West Coast Kids, it supports families dealing with their children having cancer. So just throwing that out there if anybody's curious about why I'm wearing the Hockey Fights Cancer. It's not just for NHL reasons. It's for my own personal reasons and for the charity I support, which is local here. All right, Marc-Andre Fleury did wear the mask yesterday. I've heard nothing about any kind of fine. I don't think anything's going to happen, to be honest. I really don't. I think it's one of those. I think the NHL sometimes is that parent that's like, "Don't you dare! Don't even think about it." "Oh, Mister, you did that. Now don't do it again." "I did it again. What are we going to do?" So I really don't think anything's going to happen. It's a nice mask. What Fleury should do, what I would do if I was him, get the artist to make another one and just wear the other one too. And just wear it. Just make it his regular mask. I think it's a nice looking mask. Marc-Andre Fleury's had custom masks done before. He's always had really cool masks. So on him for wearing it for warm-ups, good. Coming out of last night's game, Dean Evason accused the Colorado Avalanche of some diving and seemed to single out Cale Makar for some diving. I think a lot of this is just Evason being frustrated. This is a Minnesota team that is absolutely underachieved to an E grade level. And so he is for Evason. But at any rate, I should have said it during the grading video, and I now feel really bad, and I think I need to reshoot the whole thing. But anyways, so Evason not happy with Colorado, but I think that's also a reflection of him not being happy with his own team out there. Adam Pelech, upper body injury for the Islanders, has been placed on LTIR, so he's going to be out for at least the next 10 games. That's terrible news for the Islanders. I know he hasn't had a great start to the year, but still you want Pelech in the lineup rather than not in the lineup. I haven't seen anything about Aho and what's going on with him and whether or not he's going to miss more time, but Pelech's going to be out for quite some time. So we'll see how the Islanders deal with this, who they bring up, who steps into that role for the New York Islanders, if they look external or if they just bring somebody up from Bridgeport and hope that works for them. The Boston Bruins, who of course are playing the New York Rangers right now. It's between the first and second period. Grzelcyk's been activated. Hey, you got a penalty in the first period, so if you're watching the game, you know he's back. But it means that Lowry and Patrick Brown were demoted to the AHL in corresponding move. I think Lowry played well for Boston. I really hope he's back up soon with the team. I will say that Boston has shown me already this year there's some good young players there. But yeah, so we'll see with Grizzlick back how long Lowry's back down in the minors before he ends up coming back up. I mean, injuries happen all the time with the blue lines in the NHL, so I don't know he's going to be down that long. Now, coming back to something I was speaking about earlier, Sam Girard. Sam Girard stepped away from the Colorado Avalanche. He has now entered the NHLPA Player Assistance Program for depression and anxiety. Now, he didn't have to say why he was going in there. I think maybe part of the reason why you would say why you're going in there is because people always go, drugs, gotta be drugs. It's drugs. I think it's drugs. It's not though, and so in this case, it's depression and anxiety. And no matter how much money you have, no matter what status you might have in society, you are not immune from depression and anxiety attacks. And it sounds like the anxiety was becoming severe. So I hope he takes the time he needs. I think it's great that this program exists. Didn't Nothing like this existed back in the 80s. They just would have said a player was soft, wasn't built for the game. It's likely if a player said, I'm depressed, I'm feeling anxiety, he might have got traded, he might have got sent to the AHL. I'm glad we are no longer in a world where that's okay. And so hopefully Girard gets the help he needs. He comes back when he's 100% ready to come back and provides the Avalanche with some really solid defense. I like Sam Girard. I think he's a good defenseman, so all the best to him. And this happened after yesterday's news video, so it'll be mentioned in this one. Here we are. Nils Aman has signed a 2-year extension with the Vancouver Canucks. That was before he came up and played for them last night. It's an $825,000 cap hit. Aman is young enough that there might be some top 9 upside there, but at the very least, they're getting a solid 4th line option now who does have some potential. So we'll see how things go for him, but good on him for signing a 2-year extension and a smart move by the Canucks as well, who, once this summer rolls around, I think we'll have a better idea for what the future looks like for them. There's some contracts that were signed by the previous general manager that'll be coming up, and so it gives Alvin a better chance to maybe put his stamp on this team in a big way. So we'll see what happens. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you browse your way through. You just happen upon this video, and I swear E-grades exist. At the very least, they did when I was in school, and if they're gone, well, that's part and parcel of things changing as I get older. I know, too, there's some schools that you don't really get the letter grades like you used to, and you get like thumbs up or bright stars. I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. I'm old. Thank you guys so much for all your support. As always, I will talk to you again soon.